Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another StarCraft 2 broadcast. My name is Zerg, and today we have a 1 versus 1 on the map GSL Crevasse between our two players, Ina and Nershio. Now, this is a very special broadcast here on my channel. This is actually, I think, a channel first where I have a dual commentary session going on here. What is up, my man Squiggles?
Cue the epic theme music for the first ever dual cast for Squinaris. Oh my goodness, so exciting. And I am very happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to a great game.
Fantastic. Well, our players are spawning in cross positions. We have Nershio down in the bottom left and Ina up in the top right. Let's go over a little bit of player information, and then we'll take it to Squiggles. He'll go over some map details, and then we'll proceed on into the game. So Ina, real name Park. He is from Germany, 20-year-old player. He is currently on Team SK Gaming, and he hasn't had any major recent tournament victories, but he has participated in several Champions Trophy tournaments. Those are the ones that are hosted by SK Gaming. Also, he participated in the ESL Pro Summer Series 2011. Now down here, Nershio, this Zerg player has been rocking the medium tournament scene for some time now. If you go to Team Liquid and look him up on the TLPD, you will see he has got a list a mile long of tournaments that he has just taken home. Now, his real name is Artur Block. I think I'm mispronouncing that. I'm sure I will. You guys can let me know in the comments section how bad I actually am at the English language. He is 18 years old. He is from Poland. He is most recent tournament victories, SK Champions Trophy. In April, took #1 in the EU Cup, and also he's played in a number of Go for SC2 Cups. And if you guys want more information about either of these players, you can just go to the Team Liquid player database and check them out.
Yeah, that's totally right. Now, we have a very, very wide open map in Crevasse, and it's huge, and they are spawning in cross positions, like you said. So the rush distances are going to be incredibly, incredibly long. You can see both players are actually taking their expansions incredibly early because they are safe. They have to just guard their main ramp, and they actually can defend their safe natural. And their natural actually is way more wide open, similar to a Zelnaga or a Metalopolis expansion. It does have the two gases, though. The safe expansions only have one gas, although it is a rich Vespene geyser. And the other notable thing about this map is that there are 4 Zelnaga watchtowers on low grounds surrounding a high ground area. And if you put tanks by these Zelnaga watchtowers, then not only can you use the max range without having any kind of air superiority or anything, but any kind of baneling, speedling shenanigans is going to be a lot less effective because you can't get surrounds and you can't just run up to them. You have to like loop-de-doop around. So, oh, and one other thing, the safe expansion is actually very vulnerable to Mutalist harass. I have seen many games where players skimped on turrets, and you really need 500 bajillion turrets in order to secure this from mutas, or you can get a Thor. Yeah.
A Thor, yes, that is right. We're actually seeing Nershio coming up here, scouting plenty of time before the Terran player walled off, and came up here and saw this command center dropping. This map, of course, lends itself to a very macro-intensive play, and that's kind of one of the reasons why we saw Ina drop that expansion early, got the 2 barracks fast expand. Looking good there. And like he was saying, this map does lend itself very well to aerial harassment, and actually, you look around on the outside, this is pretty scary, man. I mean, you look at the trees, do you see that? The fallen command center?
Hold me, Squinaris, hold me, I'm scared.
Oh my god, like, I think this is actually where they filmed Amnesia Dark Descent, the game.
It could be, I mean, it's like a graveyard down there. Ugh.
Oh my god.
Cue the creepy music. Jeez.
So,
I mean, the actual map is pretty cool, but down below it, yeah, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gonna watch the game, stay in the mineral lines here. We're seeing Nershio has capped his second, or actually the one geyser he is mining from is the high yield extractor there.
Yeah, that's smart.
So that's what you were talking about earlier. So that's something that's very common on this map with those early expansion builds. Now, looking at Ina so far, what do you think we're going to see from him so far in this game? We see he's got a factory going down, and he is getting 3 geysers worth of gas.
Wow, so definitely some tech play. I'm expecting I mean, not that I really know his play style, but I would expect siege tanks and marines. That makes sense to me. Maybe some drop play as well, because as we said, the expansions up on the ledges are susceptible to mutas / medevacs with a bunch of marines. So we could see some drop play as well, or Hellions, or I don't know. There's just Terrans have so many things they can do. Oh, never mind. I was just stalling so I could see the 3 starports. Yeah, I just did that on purpose.
Whoa. Yeah.
So I'm gonna change my answer and say we're not gonna be seeing siege tanks.
Fair enough, good sir. Fair enough. Well, you see that actually we do have, you may be partially right, we do have a reactor going on in the factory. He could decide to throw it on a couple Hellions and then maybe kind of throw one of the starports onto that reactor, depending on what he's going to do. Maybe some medevacs. He does have those 2 barracks that he built for the early wall-off, so he could get a, you see he is making just a few Marines for defense and whatnot. Narcio down here, I've watched him play first person a few times now, and I've noticed he is definitely a huge fan of the roaches, which we see a bunch of them coming out right now, and also going super macro style for as long as possible, just claiming tons of expansions super quick, and then just overwhelming his opponent with that map control.
Yeah, so taking a third at like 8 minutes. Sorry for cutting you off, but that's
no, it's
really
perfectly
fast.
fun. It's yeah, it's definitely something you don't see a lot of times, but yeah, I think we're gonna have a good matchup here.
Yeah, I think so. And also, I just want to say there's a very quick Zerg melee level 1 going down right now. It's already over halfway down. That's really fast. Like really
excellent.
Fast.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Looks like Banshees, 3-port Banshee with cloak.
What?
Pretty standard.
Wow. Yeah, this
Hello.
is like something
Hello.
you see in every
Hello.
game.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is what I do every single game.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty solid in every game. Not just games where you can get 3 geysers really fast and one of them's a rich bed.
Yeah, he just got those first 3 Banshees popped out. And oh, the Overseer coming over here. Did it actually spot the Banshees? I think it caught the tail corner of it, and if it did not, it's a clear indication. You got that 1 tech lab already churning out the goodies, and those 3 starports pumping out the good stuff there. So he knows something is going to be happening pretty soon, combined with the fact that you had that 4th starport there with the reactor. Clearly, we're going to be seeing some very heavy airplay coming in the next few minutes, and sure enough, the Banshees are heading out across the map.
Yeah, you can see Spore Crawlers being thrown down instantly as Narcio tries to defend against this. But the problem is, with so many Banshees, they can just do so much damage that Narcio is going to have to be very careful. And oh, there's the cloak. And the Queen, and not happy about that, is going to go back and tattle to the other Queen, let her know that there is in fact cloaked people throwing spitballs at them and stuff. And these spitballs hurt, man. They're like frozen.
They do, and look at that. 2 more Queens coming onto the scene right now. Oh, one of them getting ready to go down. It looks like it does indeed explode, but a 4th one just popping out. Right at the
good
last
reaction.
second.
Good reaction getting Spore Crawlers as well as Queens. And I do like from Inu that he went ahead and has that other starport getting Vikings, because I think what his plan was to have the cloaked Banshees, and then whenever there was an Overseer, just snipe it with the Vikings, making his build really strong.
Right. And now we see he's actually transitioning into 4 additional barracks, which is kind of interesting considering how much gas he's been sitting on here. But you know, there's any number of things he could be doing. Definitely have a nice counterattack here. 2 Hellions already in the field, ready for those Zerglings. I don't think that's going to be a serious problem until the Roaches come. You see that the Terran player has those Banshees, and they are able to deal with the Roaches fairly quickly, but there's so many of them that he's going to be able to overwhelm the ground forces and bust into the ramp.
Oh wow, and those Banshees almost leaving before realizing that they are the only things keeping Inu alive right now. So it's just going to be a question of how much damage these Roaches can do before they're taken out, because they are going to eventually die because they can't actually shoot up. But looks like he is splitting them up, some going into the main, some going into the natural, and looks like they are on hold position now. They're going to be doing a lot of damage to these SCVs at the natural, especially who are not moving at all.
I do see that Banshees now retaliating. Looks like there were a couple Banshees heading down to Narcio's base right when that attack started, but don't think anything serious came of it. Unfortunately, not quite the same thing up here in the main base, though. Different story entirely. 1 tech lab getting taken out by the Roaches. Finally, they are destroyed by the Marines and the Banshees, but at what cost? Let's actually look at the units lost tab and see that Terran has actually lost just slightly less than his Zerg opponent right now. But
yeah,
with all the Lings, whoa.
If you check out the worker supplies, that's actually very telling. It's 47 SCVs versus 78 drones.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy. You look at the production tab, you see he just popped up a bunch of drones just a second ago, but he's taken 2 more expansions.
Yeah, man, he's on a 5th, and this is what not even 14 minutes in, and he's going to be on 5 bases. That's pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. And he has infestors out too. Ugh.
Yeah, Nershio is definitely in a great position, I think, at this point. Like I said, he's done a good job of spreading the creep so far, and yeah, he's definitely had his way with the mineral line more than once here on GSL Crevasse.
This is really funny too that he has Inu has, it looks like he has only a couple of Vikings, but I just noticed that there's a overseer that's been in the back of the base the entire time, showing his presence by getting a couple of contaminates off on some of the starports. So that's going to be annoying. But
right.
Yeah.
Very right indeed. We have a whole slew of Banshees coming down here to the 4th
geez.
base, but oh, look at the fungal growth landing on top of all the Banshees. He tries to close.
No.
Look at that. They are not going anywhere.
Never have infestors been so cost effective. This is like even so much more cost effective than fungaling those like huge marine armies. So much more cost effective.
I know,
oh my God.
Right? Wow.
I just died a little bit as a Terran player. That was, but then as an observer, I'm kind of impressed and in awe.
That kind of thing
awesome.
Always makes you squee. Now we see Nershio moving out a whole bunch of Zerglings. I think this is a great composition here. Now he's going to have to do something about the Marines. Obviously, very cheap, effective, high DPS unit, and another command center going down. Actually, the position of this is actually going to make a nice little choke point, I think, right there for the Marines, just south of that command center. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. The Infestor's taking the lead.
The Infestors need to get some good fungals off. That's what it's going to come down to because there isn't any siege tanks. So they don't have to worry about that. And great fungals going out. You can see the Marines just exploding. Oh, poor Marines. But it looks like, yep, like you said, Marines are pretty good and able to hold that off actually fairly easily.
Yeah, lost a little bit of bunker action there. Look at the units lost once again. You can see Zerg 137 Terran to 70, but still, I think that Nershio is sitting at a great spot at this point. Oh, the Vikings are getting ready to land on top of that poor Infestor. Oh, it's just not even fair.
Leave me alone. I just want to go home.
Look at that ball massing in the middle of the map.
And in other words, or in other news, battlecruisers on the way.
Oh snap! Another contaminate on top of it. Really, that is just.
Oh
man. This thing should get kill counts for that. Seriously.
I know, and all of these Vikings are just like, what, overseer? Nah, I don't need it. I mean, it really doesn't count toward. I mean, the ladies don't really care if you kill an overseer. They want you to kill things that can actually hurt you. So.
Yep, Eddie the Zerg looks like it's going to lead the pack here down to the natural expansion, heading in ahead of the rest of them, and here comes another massive attack from Nershio.
Oh,
wow.
Amazing fungals. Amazing fungals.
So that was beautiful. There's the GG from the Terran player, and giving Nershio game number 1 here on GSL Crevasse.
Well played by Nichiro.
Very well played indeed. You know, we just didn't see enough aggression from Inna to check out these expansions. You know, by the time he got down there with those Banshees, it was too late. Yeah, Banshee is great for mobility on this map. Mobility is a key factor on these very large GSL maps, but just didn't see enough of it.
Yeah, I think like it was interesting because he definitely didn't play standard. He went like Sky Terran, which we never see. But the thing was, the Overseer spotted it early, and Nerchio was able to prepare for it just fine, making a ton of queens, a ton of spine crawlers, and just taking more bases and really punishing Inu for not really having the core composition of Marines and tanks that you normally see. Right.
I think having that third hatchery, the second and the third, and being able to get those queens, like you said just a minute ago, I think really lend itself well to what is now a victory here. Nershio taking the first game, best of 3 series in the Z Cup. Let's go on to game number 2, see what happens next.
All right.